Hey there, Chiefs fan! Let's dive right into some exciting rumors surrounding the Kansas City Chiefs. Have you heard the buzz about DK Metcalf potentially being traded to KC? That's right, the two-time Pro Bowler and Seattle Seahawks star wide receiver could be heading to Arrowhead Stadium, and we've got all the details. Now, you may be wondering, why would Metcalf want to leave Seattle? Well, he's recently requested a trade from the Seahawks. Why? Simply put, contract negotiations haven't gone as planned, and Metcalf is looking for a fresh start with a team that's in serious contention for the Super Bowl. And what better place than Kansas City, right? A team that's got Patrick Mahomes leading the charge and a legit shot at the title every year. So, what exactly would Metcalf bring to the Chiefs? The Chiefs are currently in need of a true X-receiver, someone who can stretch the field and make those big, game-changing plays. And that's exactly what Metcalf does best. He's a big-bodied, fast receiver who can win those one-on-one matchups on the perimeter. Imagine him lining up next to Travis Kelce, with Rashid Rice in the slot and Xavier Worthy stretching the defense. That's an offense that would be tough to stop. Now, let me know what you think. Do you want to see DK Metcalf in a Chiefs uniform? Should we trade for him? Drop a T for trade if you're all in on the move, or a P for pass if you think we should look elsewhere. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. And stick around, because in the next chapter, we'll talk more about how Metcalf would fit in the Chiefs' high-powered offense. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Right, Chiefs fan, now that we've discussed the possibility of a trade for DK Metcalf, let's break down why he'd be such a perfect fit in this Chiefs offense. When you look at Metcalf's skill set, there's no doubt he has all the tools to thrive in KC. His combination of size, speed, and ability to win one-on-one matchups would be an absolute nightmare for opposing defenses. Metcalf stands at 6 feet 4 inches and weighs 230 pounds. He's a physical specimen. But what makes him truly special is his speed. We're talking about a guy who can outrun defenders down the field while still being able to body them up and make those tough catches. In Seattle, he was often used in a more traditional role, but here in Kansas City, the possibilities would be endless. Pair him with Patrick Mahomes, and the dynamic of this offense would reach new heights. Now, let's talk about the difference between playing with Geno Smith in Seattle versus playing with Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. No disrespect to Geno, but let's be honest, Mahomes is a game changer. With Mahomes, Metcalf would have the opportunity to showcase more of his deep threat abilities, as well as the chance to run some creative routes that KC's offense is known for. That's where Metcalf could unlock his full potential. Think about this, imagine Metcalf on the outside, with Travis Kelce doing his thing across the middle. Now add in the speed of Rashid Rice and Xavier Worthy. Defenses would be forced to pick their poison. That's a matchup nightmare. Mahomes, with his ability to read defenses and make plays on the move, would be able to connect with Metcalf in ways that Geno could never dream of. Now, let's talk trade compensation. The Athletic has proposed that the Chiefs could land Metcalf by giving up just a third-round pick. That's a steal for a player of his caliber. Sure, the Seahawks might be asking for a first-round pick, but don't expect them to get that for a player who wants out. The financials work, too. Metcalf could sign a contract extension worth about 3 years and $85 million. The Chiefs have the cap space for that, especially considering they're looking to fill that missing X-receiver role. Alright, Chiefs fan, it's time for you to weigh in again. Do you think Metcalf could take this offense to the next level? Would he be a difference maker? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like button if you're ready for this potential blockbuster move. And in the next chapter, we'll take a closer look at why Metcalf's talent has been underutilized in Seattle, and why he could be primed for a breakout in Kansas City. You won't want to miss it. Now that we've painted a picture of how DK Metcalf would fit with the Chiefs, let's take a step back and explore why his potential has been somewhat underutilized in Seattle. We all know Metcalf has the physical tools to dominate, but in Seattle's run-heavy offense, he hasn't always been able to shine the way we know he can. Looking at his performance, Metcalf has been incredibly consistent over the years. He's had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons in 2022 and 2023, despite battling through some injuries. But, let's be real, Seattle has been focusing more on the run game, and Metcalf's role in the offense hasn't always maximized his unique skill set. That's why moving to a team like Kansas City, where the passing game is the focal point, could unlock so much more of his potential. Just consider his stats. Metcalf has over 1,300 yards in a season and has been a two-time Pro Bowler. He's also been a touchdown machine, with the most 50-plus yard touchdown receptions in Seahawks franchise history. Yet, in a more balanced offense like Seattle's, his talent has been somewhat restricted. In Kansas City, however, with Mahomes at the helm, Metcalf could stretch the field in ways he hasn't been able to in Seattle's more conservative scheme. What we're talking about here is untapped potential. In Seattle, the focus has been on running the football, and with a new offensive system coming into play, Metcalf's explosive skills could get lost in the shuffle. But in Kansas City, with the offense built around spreading the field and making explosive plays, Metcalf could thrive. Playing with Patrick Mahomes would open up opportunities for him to make those jaw-dropping catches down the field and in the red zone, where he's proven to be a threat. Now, imagine the Chiefs getting Metcalf on a reasonably priced trade and contract extension, let's say the third-round pick in a deal worth around $85 million. That's a great deal for a player who could elevate this offense to new heights. I want to know what you think, Chiefs fan. Do you believe Metcalf's best football is ahead of him, and is Kansas City the perfect place for him to unlock that potential? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Stick with me, because in the next chapter, we're going to shift gears and talk about another intriguing option for the Chiefs, veteran receiver Tyler Lockett. Stay tuned! Alright, Chiefs fan, let's switch gears for a moment. While DK Metcalf might be the flashy, high-potential option, there's another receiver on the market that could provide some veteran leadership to the team, Tyler Lockett. Recently released by the Seahawks, Lockett is now a free agent, and this could be the perfect time for him to make a return to Kansas City. But is he the right fit? First, let's talk about Lockett's background and how he could fill an important role on the Chiefs. With veterans like Hollywood Brown and DeAndre Hopkins now free agents, Kansas City could be looking for a steady presence in the receiver room. That's where Lockett comes in. Sure, he's no longer in his prime, but his experience, reliability, and strong hands in the short to intermediate game could really benefit Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs' offense. But here's the thing that might surprise you: Lockett has ties to Kansas City. His father, Kevin Lockett, was drafted by the Chiefs back in 1997 and spent the first 4 years of his career with the team. On top of that, Tyler Lockett himself played college ball at Kansas State, just a couple of hours from Arrowhead. If Lockett wanted to follow in his father's footsteps, returning to Kansas City would be the perfect move. Now, imagine the storybook ending to his career, coming home to Kansas City, where it all began, and helping the Chiefs win another Super Bowl. It almost sounds too perfect, doesn't it? But I want to hear from you. Do you think Tyler Lockett coming to Kansas City would be a fitting end to his career? Would he be a good addition to this team as a veteran presence? Or should the Chiefs look for someone younger to fill that role? Type Y for yes if you think Lockett could make an impact in Kansas City, or N for no if you think it's time to move on from the veteran route. Next up, we're diving deep into whether signing Tyler Lockett is actually a smart move for the Chiefs, so stay tuned for the final chapter. Alright, Chiefs fan, we've talked about the possibility of Tyler Lockett returning to Kansas City, but let's dive deeper into whether this move would actually make sense for the Chiefs. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's break it down. First, we have to talk about Lockett's skill set. Yes, he may not be the same player he was a few years ago, but he's still a very capable receiver. Lockett has always been known for his ability to make tough catches in the short and intermediate passing game. His experience could be invaluable for a Chiefs offense that's already stacked with playmakers like Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice. Lockett could be a reliable target for Mahomes on those crucial third downs or in the red zone. His veteran savvy and precise route running would complement the speed and explosiveness of players like Xavier Worthy and the already established Kelce. On top of his receiving skills, let's not forget about Lockett's potential value on special teams. We've seen him make game-changing plays with his kickoff returns in the past. While it's unlikely he'll be used extensively in that role at this point in his career, his experience could still provide some depth and versatility to the roster, especially if the Chiefs are looking to maximize every aspect of their team. Now, let's be real for a second, Lockett's production has declined a bit in recent seasons. The addition of Jackson Smith-Njigba in Seattle's offense has certainly shifted the spotlight away from Lockett. He hasn't had the same number of catches as in previous years, but he's still been efficient. In 2023, for example, he posted a very respectable 12.2 yards per reception, despite seeing fewer targets. So, while his numbers might not jump off the page, Lockett can still be effective in the right system. Now, the big question, is Lockett affordable for the Chiefs? The answer is yes. According to projections, Lockett would likely come at a reasonable price of around $8 million, which is quite manageable given Kansas City's cap situation. The Chiefs aren't in the best position financially, but adding Lockett at this price could be a smart, cost-effective move. At that price point, you're getting a veteran receiver who can still contribute without breaking the bank. But the real question is, should the Chiefs pull the trigger on this move? Is Lockett a smart choice for Kansas City, or should they continue to explore younger, higher upside options? The Chiefs have already made it clear they are in win-now mode, and bringing in a player with Lockett's experience could be the difference between another Super Bowl appearance and falling short. So, let's hear it from you, Chiefs fan. Is signing Tyler Lockett a smart, cost-effective move that could help the Chiefs in their Super Bowl quest, or should they look elsewhere for younger talent? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Type yes if you think Lockett is the right move, or no if you think the Chiefs need to go in a different direction. Thanks for sticking with me through all the rumors and possibilities around these two Seattle receivers. Whatever happens, you can bet that the Chiefs will keep making moves to stay competitive, and we'll be right here to cover it all. So, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell and stay tuned for the next big update right here on the Total Chiefs channel.